Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano. Today we have the A7s from Umidigi on my left, triple camera setup. On the right, we have the OUKITEL C21 C21. We're going to be doing a comprehensive and easy to follow comparison on both of these devices, starting with the build quality, processing, gaming, speed, and performance and user friendliness. Now, if that sounds like something that interests you, stay locked in with me and I'll be right with you. Now, for as far as usable surface on the displays, we're getting 81% on the Umidigi A7. So 81% screen to body you're able to use on that phone with the do drop at the top. Now on the Outikel C21 we're actually getting usable screen of 85%, so a really large screen on both devices. Facial recognition on both of these devices. The Outikel does have a fingerprint sensor on the back, so you can see it does unlock pretty quickly. For the Umidigi as well, pretty snappy as well. Now let me just turn up full brightness so you can see this. We can do actually a speed test of these devices as well, and I kind of want to do a Geekbench on both of these devices just so you could see how they score compared to each other. Okay guys, so we are installing Geekbench right now on both devices, and they both are running on 4G LTE for Cricket Wireless. And now on the Outikel C21 we do have a plastic material for this device all the way around it. It comes in purple, blue, and black as well. Now on this device, the Umidigi A7s, we do have all plastic, but you can see that vinyl material, which is really cool. It won't get you fingerprints on the back, whereas you will see this is a glossy material and it sort of hides the fingerprints a little bit in certain angles, but you can still see those. Hides it a little bit better than certain phones that I've seen before, but the facial recognition does work really fast on the Umidigi A7s when you look at it directly. And now, so we're getting a 6.53 inch on the Umidigi A7s versus a 6.4 inch. Now the screen is going to be a lot, you have more screen real estate to work with on the Octa-core. So that's something that you should just keep in mind. Now when it comes to the displays, we have an LCD display on the Umidigi A7s. So it's a LCD IPS, and on the Octa-core we have a TFT LCD IPS. So what's really cool is that the Octa-core A7s is also going to give you a 20:9 aspect ratio. We're getting the 19:5:9 aspect ratio on the Octa-core C21. So that's pretty cool. So this is running Android 10. We're going to start the Geekbench. I'm actually surprised that this phone has better Wi-Fi connection. Regular connection to the network. So it's just, this is taking a little longer to load as far as in my room, in my network, but it all depends on where you live and things of that nature. Now, when it comes to the displays, we're getting an advantage on the Outikel C21. It does have a 1080 x 2310 full HD plus display. So this display looks absolutely gorgeous. Let me just show you some of the wallpapers on here, but so you can see how it really looks. But it's a 1080 display, full HD plus. It gives you, let me show you. It gives you a 398 pixels per inch, which looks absolutely stunning. So if I put this wallpaper on here, look at that screen. You can see that looks absolutely beautiful. So I really do like the screen display on here. The pixels burst out off of the screen. It almost looks like they're floating on top of it, and also the user interface is extremely fast on this device. So I really enjoy it for just like anything when it comes to just using it. It's a really good phone to use, and I do like the speed of it and also the user friendliness of it. So I'm gonna wait for that app to finish downloading on the Geekbench right here. It should be done shortly. I think it started over, something like that. So that's kind of weird. Let's connect to Wi-Fi. And I'll pause it so we can finish this test. Now, what's really cool is both phones do have 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi as well. So I definitely think that's pretty cool. And, and the fact that they both have 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, they're going to be able to connect pretty quickly to your Wi-Fi connection at home. Now, they do also give you a lot of other features that are not found on other smartphones in this price point. So that's why I want to kind of compare them. But as far as the Umidigi A7s, we are getting a 720 by 1600 pixels with a HD plus display. We also do get 269 pixels. It's a medium density, whereas the OUKITEL is a high density panel with that 398 pixels per inch. So non-contact sensor, so you could put that up to somebody's skin or something like that to get their temperature and everything. Now, if you go to the Geekbench scores, you could kind of see why I called this device the entry-level flagship, because the scores are really good for this price point. What this reflects here is that we're getting really good speeds and performance here. Consistent speeds here, pretty consistent for this price. It's something that you're gonna have to marvel about how they did that, how they were able to keep it at a really reasonable price point, but still give you some pretty decent speeds for the processing chip. It's still really impressive how they did that. The dedicated button option for your thermometer, which you can change on there. 4,150 milliamp hour battery on the Umidigi A7s, and a 4,000 milliamp hour battery on the OUKITEL C21. Now, as far as the camera arrangements on these devices, we're getting a 16 megapixel main camera for the OUKITEL, and for the Umidigi we're getting a 13 megapixel main camera. The wide camera is a 8 megapixel on the Umidigi, and then we're also getting a depth sensor for portraits. Now, this device does have a 2 megapixel for portraits, a 2 megapixel for macro, and then another camera that they call like a utility camera, or just like it's just there for, I don't know why it's there, but the fingerprint's right here, and you don't get that on your Umidigi phone. You only get the facial recognition, which you can see does kind of work pretty quickly. Let's test out the facial recognition here, and you can see that works really quickly as well. So I definitely think the cameras are really good for both of these devices. On the Umidigi, we're getting digital zoom, triple cameras, the digital image stabilization as well. We're getting autofocus, touch focus, continuous shooting, geotagging, and we also do get, exposure compensation. Now, we get a lot of features on the OUKITEL as well. We do get the digital zoom, quadruple cameras, autofocus, touch focus, continuous shooting, geotagging, and exposure compensation as well. So scene modes on here, selfie timer, things of that nature. These phones both do connect to Cricket Wireless and Metro by T-Mobile, which is something that I do think is pretty cool. Now, as far as the Bluetooth connectivity, we're getting Bluetooth 5.0 on the OUKITEL C21, which is kind of cool. Bluetooth 4 on the Umidigi A7s, so just keep that in mind. Both do have GPS on both the devices. No NFC on either one of these things, but they do have voice over LTE, which is kind of cool. So, you're getting things like that. You don't get the NFC on either one of these. And you get a radio on the Umidigi, but you don't get, let me just check if you get that on here. I think this one did have a radio, if I'm not mistaken. But there's no app tray. I mean, there's no app tray on this. There's no app drawer on this device. So you can see, here it is. FM radio is there. The apps open up relatively quick on both devices. I really do like the speeds of both devices. You can see right here. So let me just do an app opening test and then we'll wrap up this video. But let's see. Let's just go to this Google folder and let's see what we can open in here. So let's first just clear all, and what's cool about the Umidigi is it has this clear all at the right there. Let's see if, and then this one you could just tap it down at the bottom. So let's open up the Play Store and see which one opens that up first. 1, 2, 3. So it was the OUKITEL right there. It opened up really quickly. Let's go back. And now we're gonna open up Duo. 1, 2, 3. So again, it was the OUKITEL. And then if you open up like Instagram, 1, 2, 3. So again, it was the OUKITEL. It's just a really snappy device, as you can see. Let's do one more app, Amazon.com. Oh no, I don't have that on this device. Let's try Spotify. Let's go right here, 1, 2, 3. So right here is the OUKITEL one more time. So you can see the speeds are pretty close and everything like that. Really good on both devices. No reason to complain. Overall, they're both feature packed. They both have some really nice features here. As you can see, they're both really stock. They share the same like layout right here. This one for some reason always twists to that orientation, so you can actually turn that off, that auto rotate mode, because it will do that. So you can see the apps, as far as the system right here, is pretty much similar, give or take. There's some pretty much identical. When I look at here, the navigation option is here versus on this device it's up here, but they look pretty similar overall. Let me know what you guys think about both of these devices, but I honestly think that they're really good for the price. And if you're looking for a budget device for the holidays, both of these do really well. But this is my comparison of these two budget devices. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think down below, but I'll see you guys later. But in the meantime, make sure you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, later crew. Peace.